Chapter 1: The Arrival. The cold gray walls loomed high as Miguel stepped into the maximum security prison, his heart racing with a blend of fear and determination. Accustomed to the comforts of home, the chaos surrounding him felt surreal. The clanging of metal doors and distant shouts echoed through the corridor, amplifying his anxiety. As he traced his fingers along the gritty wall, seasoned inmates eyed him, gauging his vulnerability. "Stay strong, kid," one murmured, offering unsolicited advice mixed with genuine concern. The cacophony of voices intertwined, each carrying stories of past mistakes and survival. Miguel scribbled in his diary that night, his only solace: "I will not let them define me." In the midst of chaos, hope flickered like a candle, a fragile light in the dark. Through his eyes, listeners are pulled into a world painted with fear and dreams of resilience, setting the tone for the poignant journey that lies ahead. Chapter 2: The Brotherhood. As the sun dips below the prison yard, the sound of basketballs bouncing resonates, a rare moment of joy amidst the concrete gloom. Arthur, a seasoned inmate serving a lengthy sentence for a crime of passion, finds solace in mentoring Jamal, a teenager incarcerated for a nonviolent drug offense. Their friendship blossoms amid shared struggles and laughter, bridging the generational gap that separates them. Through Arthur's guidance, Jamal learns resilience, while Arthur, in turn, finds purpose and a sense of belonging he had long thought lost. Amid whispered conversations about life beyond bars, the two speak of dreams for the future. Jamal, yearning to build a business, and Arthur, hoping for reconciliation with his estranged family. The camaraderie they forge becomes a lifeline, their shared hopes weaving a tapestry of companionship against the sterility of prison life. Against the odds, they discover strength in unity, character building, and brotherhood in a place designed to separate. Chapter 3: The Forgotten Dreamers. In the dim light of her cell, Grace's pen dances across the pages of her diary, capturing the anguish of a life unjustly lived. Wrongfully convicted for a crime she didn't commit, her passionate reflections seep with the ink of hope and despair. "Each day feels like an eternity," she writes, her thoughts oscillating between dreams of becoming a writer and the stark reality of the prison walls closing in on her aspirations. As she describes the stories she longs to tell, the haunting melodies of a mournful violin underscore her solitude, echoing through the cold corridors. Grace's yearning for justice is palpable. She envisions a world that recognizes her innocence. Through her words, listeners are drawn into her emotional labyrinth, a poignant reminder of the fragility of dreams in an unforgiving landscape. Her journey reflects not just the quest for freedom, but the relentless pursuit of truth amid layers of silence and shadows. Chapter 4: The Trials of Redemption. In the dim light of his cell, Leonard, a tattoo artist with a troubled past, finds solace in the ink that flows from his buzzing machine. Each stroke tells a story of loss, survival, and the yearning for redemption. As he works on fellow inmates, he transforms their skin into canvases of hope and history, illustrating their shared experiences and dreams. "Every tattoo is a chapter," he reflects in his diary, "a mark of where we've been and where we wish to go." Through his art, Leonard expresses the pain of his past while envisioning a brighter future, one where he can rebuild his life and reconnect with family. Every session is raw and emotional, punctuated by laughter and poignant moments, as he realizes the healing power of storytelling. The rhythmic sound of the tattoo machine underscores his journey of self-discovery, crafting a bridge from the darkness of imprisonment to the light of freedom and possibility. Chapter 5: The Outside World. In this poignant chapter, we hear from family members and loved ones of the inmates, their voices tinged with longing and heartache. Through heartfelt letters, they share the weight of absence, narrating moments of daily life intertwined with the pain of separation. A mother writes to her son, reflecting on family gatherings that now feel incomplete, where laughter is overshadowed by the empty chair at the table. A partner expresses unwavering love while battling the loneliness of nights spent waiting for letters that never arrive. The emotional cadence of their words shifts with the soft piano melodies in the background, echoing their struggles and hopes. The distant sounds of children playing outside a window further emphasize the life that continues beyond the prison walls. This chapter reminds us that every inmate's story is woven with the threads of loved ones, all yearning for connection, healing, and the return of those they miss. Chapter 6. As the sun began to set behind the prison walls, tension filled the air. Whispers of a potential riot swirled among the inmates, igniting fear mixed with adrenaline. In the dim light of their quarters, Miguel huddled with Arthur and Jamal, their faces drawn in worried anticipation. "We can't let fear win," Arthur urged, his voice steady though laced with urgency. Amidst the chaos, moments of unexpected bravery blossomed. Leonard, his tattoo machine buzzing, chose to stay behind and help Sarah, who struggled with panic attacks. "You're not alone in this," he reminded her, the sincerity in his words cutting through the despair. Outside, the sounds of alarm bells echoed, amplifying the impending sense of crisis. As the guards' footsteps grew louder, the inmates confronted their pasts and futures. They shared memories of lost opportunities and dreams lingering like shadows, revealing a profound resolve to face the chaos together. This was their moment, a pivotal turning point. Fear or courage, the choice was theirs. Chapter 7. The Silent Pain. In this chapter, we meet Sarah, a quiet yet profound presence amidst the chaos of prison life. Through her diary entries, listeners hear her struggles with mental health, her thoughts often spiraling into darkness, where isolation compounds her pain. With a voice tinged with vulnerability, she shares her battles against anxiety and depression, expressing the stigma attached to mental health in a place where survival often overrides inner turmoil. She grapples with the haunting memories of her past, each entry a raw reflection of her journey towards self-acceptance. In her mind, the walls are not just bars but echoes of her despair, amplifying her loneliness. With the sound design featuring hushed silence, punctuated by melancholic melodies, Sarah's voice resonates deeply, urging listeners to confront the silent battles many face, particularly in a world that often overlooks the emotional struggles of those behind bars. Chapter 8. The Lesson of Forgiveness. In this poignant chapter, we meet Xavier, a man burdened by the weight of his past mistakes. As he reflects through his diary entries, he recounts the anger and guilt that once consumed him after hurting those he loved. The long reclusive months in prison force him to confront his demons and embrace the difficult journey of self-forgiveness. Through conversations with fellow inmates and quiet introspection, Xavier learns that forgiveness starts within. Only by acknowledging his faults can he begin to heal. In a transformative moment, he writes a heartfelt letter of apology to his estranged son, hoping to mend their fractured relationship. As soft guitar strumming fills the background, we hear the liberation in his voice, signaling a rebirth of hope amid darkness. Xavier's story inspires listeners, illustrating that while the path to redemption may be long, forgiveness is the key to unlocking a brighter future. Chapter 9. The Power of Education. In this chapter, we meet Maria, a dedicated inmate who transforms her prison experience through education. With a passion for learning, she becomes a tutor in a prison education program, helping others unlock their potential. Her diary entries detail the joy and empowerment that arises when knowledge replaces despair. Through Maria's eyes, we see a group of diverse inmates, each with a unique story, striving for a brighter future. They share moments of discovery, laughter, and vulnerability in a makeshift classroom filled with hopes for life beyond the walls. Despite their pasts, the desire to learn creates an unforgettable bond among them that transcends their circumstances. As they engage in discussions about literature, mathematics, and self-improvement, the atmosphere transforms. The ambient sounds of rustling papers and soft voices punctuate the scene, underscoring the hope that education can offer, illuminating a path to redemption and a new beginning for all. Chapter 10. The Bonds of Survival. In the dimly lit corners of the prison yard, a tight-knit group of inmates forms an unexpected support system, sharing the burdens of their confinement. Within this circle, friendships blossom as they exchange survival tactics, transforming their struggles into moments of solidarity. Here, we meet Tony, who shares how a simple act of kindness, a shared meal, sparked a bond between him and his cellmate, Eric. As they navigate the harsh realities of prison life, they lean on each other, discussing their families and dreams, whispering secrets that illuminate their hopes for the future. The atmosphere is punctuated by soft whispers and laughter, allowing brief breaks from the bleakness of their surroundings. As they reflect on their shared experiences, listeners can hear the resonance of deep camaraderie. Together, they discover that while bars may confine them physically, the power of friendship fosters a sense of freedom within their hearts and minds, shaping their resilience against the odds. Chapter 11. The Shadow of Regret. In the hushed confines of his cell, George reflects on the choices that led him to incarceration. As he pens his diary, his thoughts are heavy with the weight of regret. He recalls the lives he shattered, those torn apart by his impulsive decisions. Each stroke of the pen echoes his inner turmoil, a desperate attempt to make sense of his past. If only, he writes, I could turn back time. He allows himself to be vulnerable, admitting the pain of missed opportunities and dreams deferred. The haunting sound of distant thunder mirrors his emotional landscape, amplifying the sense of loss that envelops him. George's narrative reveals the cycle of regret that entwines him, yet amid this darkness, a flicker of hope arises. He longs for redemption, contemplating how to transform this shadow into a lesson for others. The chapter concludes with a poignant silence, leaving listeners to ponder the profound implications of his journey. Chapter 12. The Dreams of Tomorrow. In the prison yard, surrounded by concrete walls, the inmates gather to share their hopes during a rare moment of camaraderie. Here, Omar, a young man with dreams of entrepreneurship, takes center stage. His voice is filled with passion as he details his vision of starting a small business upon his release. He envisions a bakery where he can pour love and care into each pastry, a sweet symbol of his transformation. As he speaks, the sound of laughter and animated discussions fills the air. The clatter of exercise equipment forms a backdrop to his dreams. Inmates lean in, sharing their aspirations, from becoming artists to pursuing education, collectively lighting up the gloom of confinement with their hopes. Soft symphonic music swells, enhancing the emotional weight of their ambitions. Despite the harsh reality outside, this dream-sharing session nourishes their spirits, reminding them that tomorrow can hold a brighter destiny. Chapter 13. The Search for Identity. In the dimly lit corners of the prison, Zoe's journey of self-discovery unfolds. Once a vibrant girl full of dreams, she now faces a stark reality that challenges her sense of self. Through her diary entries, Zoe reveals her struggle with gender identity, grappling with the fear of rejection and the longing for acceptance. As she interacts with fellow inmates, she finds unexpected allies who inspire her to embrace her true self. Amidst the harsh environment, moments of camaraderie emerge, as she shares her story with others navigating their own identities. The haunting sound of her pen scratching against paper mixes with soft instrumental melodies, echoing her vulnerability and strength. This chapter illuminates the transformative power of self-acceptance and the courage it takes to be oneself, even in the most confining of places. Through Zoe's voice, listeners feel the weight of identity struggles while celebrating the joy of authenticity.